Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fireside Chat number 347. I'm Dennis Prager, and we have the Fireside Chat in order for me to just open up to you about what's on my mind, take your questions, and it's really proven its worth over the, 7 years, isn't it? Basically 7 years. It's amazing to think. By the way, this is all made possible thanks to Prager United. So please join. Go to pragerunited.com. There are tremendous benefits that you accrue. And the biggest one is that it helps support the Fireside Chat. Everything we do is free at PragerU. And obviously that includes the Fireside Chat. So that's pragerunited.com. My dog, Mr. Tubbs, is currently circling me. I don't know if that can be seen. Apparently not. He is moving my chair in case you notice that it is moving. So I have actually quite a brief opening thought. Then there are so many good questions. I want to go to them as quickly as possible. But I'd like to share with you a thought about the change in our society that I'd like to identify. There are many changes, and many of them have not been positive. A few have, obviously. So I remember when the war on tobacco began. And I remember having an instinct, and my instincts on moral issues have been pretty good, pretty solid over the course of my lifetime. My instinct was, of course, cigarette smoking is dangerous. To deny that is to deny reality, and truth is the number one issue. But I remember thinking they're going a little overboard, not a little, a lot. With secondhand smoke, they really went overboard. I even know why they did it, because telling people it was dangerous was not enough. They had to tell people you're being killed by people who smoke, and that was the winner issue. You're not just killing yourself, you're killing others. But of course, by the way, 2/3 of people who smoke cigarettes, I don't smoke cigarettes, never have smoked cigarettes. I think I put a few in my mouth at some point, but it was to taste what it's like. I never smoked cigarettes. I don't like them. I don't like their smell. I love cigars and I love pipes because I love tobacco. But there's no comparison because I don't inhale. And that's the issue with cigarettes. You have to inhale because the purpose is nicotine, not taste. So I'm explaining the difference between cigarettes and cigars, and it's a huge difference. But my instinct was right that something had gone awry. And what prompted this was a man calling my radio show. I talked about Father's Day, and he spoke about how he had a very difficult father because his father was abusive and beat the children, including him. And I didn't want to interrupt him, but had I interrupted him, I would have said, I assume your father was an alcoholic or at least drank too much. And sure enough, on his own, he noted, oh, my dad was an alcoholic. And the reason I'm tying them, because there's no way you would figure out how I'm tying these two issues, is this. The amount of evil that is allowed, enabled, or even caused by alcohol is enormous. Much wife beating, spousal beating, child beating occurs after the influence of alcohol. Did anybody ever speak about the influence of tobacco? Does anybody ever say, my father beat me after he had a cigarette? It's absurd. It's truly absurd. So here is my point. So let me remind you at this time that if you want to see the rest of the Fireside Chat, please go to prageru.com. And really what we're trying to do is have you start each Fireside Chat at prageru.com, because we just don't trust big tech to allow us to stay on. It's a tragedy. I wish I didn't have to do this. But it already happened recently where they, what was it, Google? Yes, Google simply ended the PragerU app. You couldn't get it any longer because they said we put out a documentary with hate speech. Of course, it's not true. Hate speech, the term hate speech is generally the left's way of saying we don't agree with you. So we'll call it hate speech. They reinstated us a day later because there was such an outcry because there was nothing hateful. It was about, by the way, our documentary. What was it about? Infidels? What is the title?
Dear Infidels.
Dear Infidels. Yeah, you should watch that. We do good stuff. Anyway, go to PragerU.com now and go start the Fireside Chats at PragerU.com. See you there.